Good morning, everybody. I'm just doing this video. I don't really know if I should be looking a little more better than I am, but oh well. So, I'm reading from Ezra chapter 3, the whole chapter. And, the whole thing is talking to me. But, they're speaking about the construction of the temple of God's altar being rebuilt, right? And it's like wild because as I'm sitting here reading it, verse 10 says, when the builders completed the foundation, when the builders completed the foundation of the Lord's temple, the priests put their robes on and took their places to blow the trumpets. The Levites and the descendants, everybody was clashing their cymbals and praising the Lord. And verse 11 says, with praise and thanks, they sang this song to the Lord. Excuse me. He is so good. His faithful love for Israel endures forever, right? So I thought to myself, like, they're always talking about Israel, right? And I'm like, what if Israel isn't necessarily like a place, it's just a people, right? Like, so, I don't know, whenever I read, not whenever, but sometimes when I read, I'm like, or even Jerusalem, like, you know what I mean? Like, is it a place or is he talking about a person or people? You know what I mean? It says, he is so good, his faithful love for Israel endures forever. Then all the people gave a great shout, praising the Lord because the foundation of the Lord's temple had been laid, right? And earlier on in this chapter, they were speaking of how they were already giving praises and worship to God before the foundation was laid, right? So they were already in preparation and in the posture of preparing to praise him and doing it, right? They were in the posture of praise, let's just say that. Then verse 12 says, but many of the older priests, Levites, and other leaders who had seen the first temple wept aloud when they saw the new temple's foundation, right? So in my mind, that could mean two things, right? But also, again, I feel like it's one of those words that has a play on. In our minds, we think temple, oh, temple, right? But I think that, like, I don't know, when I was reading this, I'm like, temple could be like your body, your mind, you, right? But I know what they figuratively were talking about, but I got a little deeper in my thought process, right? So it says, but many of the older priests, verse 12, but many of the older priests, Levites, and other leaders who had seen the first temple wept aloud when they saw the new temple's foundation. The others, however, were shouting for joy. Verse 13, the joyful shouting and weeping mingled together in a loud noise that could be heard in a far distance. So that alone says a lot, because it's just like they were so happy and filled with joy about the new foundation, right? That their praise and worship could be heard around the corner down the street, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing, and that's what I need to be in the posture of, praising and worshiping the Lord in a loud manner, to not only let him know, because he does know and see it, but like, when other people hear cheering, they're like, oh, what's that? What's that? They're inquisitive about it. You know what I mean? So they want to see, like, they want to hear, right? So I think that it says basically the first temple and the new temple, right? So the first temple was basically like the old you, your old foundation, the old way. And it's crazy that I'm saying this, because I was like, dang, I want to make a video of, I'm always getting emotional because it's just like that. But I'm like, dang, I want to make a video speaking about the old you versus the new you, and here it is right here. It's just like how I'm interpreting it this morning, you know what I mean, about the first temple being the old you and the new temple being the new you, and I'm just thinking about it puts me in the posture to praise him, like, you know what I mean. It's just a joyful praise too. And like it says right here, verse 12, they wept aloud as they saw the new temple's foundation. So people that could see the old heads, or just people who've been in your life for a long time, they may be used to the old you, but like the new you look good on you too. Like, you know what I mean? And it's good, not only a good feeling, but yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's a good feeling to be seen in a certain type of way, because sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes we agree to us being us in this way, like, oh, this is just how I am, da, 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 da. But when other people could see that you change, it's like a beautiful thing. And it's even more beautiful, you know what I mean, because of why we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Not strictly for self, but because that's what we were here to do. We're obeying the word and we're sharing it with others. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's Ezra chapter 3 real quick, but I kind of like, sped it up or whatever. But yeah, check it out, man. And let me know what it means to you. Like, let me know what your interpretation of that word is. But good morning, good evening, and good night, because clearly, but I did brush my teeth and I'm drinking my coffee. So, okay, I may look a little, because it's still the morning, but I'm about to get it shaken, or just basically just continue reading. But thanks for listening. Peace. Ezra 3. All right, go check it out. Bye.